In this video we're going to take the beautiful classic Ford Roadster and turn it into a credit making machine. And trust me, it can be done, because when this thing gets going, it's an absolute pocket rocket. Now, just as we get started, I want to put a little bit of context into this video. Recently, Nathan Tate, name on the screen, did a video about this car being broken, and it is technically. Polyphony have not fixed a glitch in the Legends shop where you can actually get this car. So, a lot of people, as Nathan Tate said, cannot buy it. And even those that have it are probably going to buy it and then just forget about it. And I thought, well, that's not right. You can't do that to a Ford Roadster. So I decided, let's find something we can do with it. And what better thing to do than earn you guys millions of credits? And so, let's have a little look at how we're going to do that. And the first thing we're going to need to do is head over to a tuning shop and get all the bits needed. And basically, all the bits are all the bits. If it's in the tuning shop and it's an upgrade, buy it and fit it. And I mean absolutely everything. Now, the other thing you may have noticed is, unlike all my other builds, we're using racing medium tyres this time, not the racing hards. So buy yourself the mediums and of course the wets, and then I'll leave everything on the screen there for you guys to either pause or screenshot, because it's going to make it a lot quicker for you guys. And as you may have guessed, we are at Le Mans, or the Circuit de la Sarthe, for the World Touring Car 700, which in my opinion is the easiest track in the game to earn the big credits. So let's get underway. And as we do, I'm just going to say that I'm going to go through this race, or this particular type of race, twice. Once in detail at the start, and then very briefly a second time at the end of the video. And as we go through this, you'll see why I'm going to go through it twice. One of the first things you'll notice with this car is the acceleration. It is blisteringly quick from a standstill. Yes, that's going to be due to a high powered supercharger, which means you get an instant whack of power whenever you want it. The other thing you'll notice is there's no spoilers or splitters on this car. Not at the front and not at the rear. And so downforce, well, there isn't any. So just be a little bit careful when you're going around the corners. You do have to plan it and make sure you go through as smoothly as possible. Once you've got map mastered, this car is actually really nice to drive and quick. Like I said, very quick. The acceleration is fast and the top end speed, well, it's as good as almost anything else I've done a money making video in. And as we skip ahead a little bit, you can see I'm not exaggerating. We are 3/4 of the way through the first lap and we are already in the lead. Even the Lamborghini GT3 didn't do that. And once we were in the lead, it was just a case of doing the usual. Keep driving until it starts to rain, which for me, lap 2 again, and then change tyres, fill up with fuel. So, pull into the pits, put on the full wet tyres, top it up with fuel, and then get back out on that track. Now at this point, I was thinking, this race is won. I've got it. Just do the usual thing now. Just drive to the end, lap a few AI, pick up the trophy, and count the cash. And well, didn't actually work like that. You see, by the time we got to the end of lap 3, it had stopped raining and the track had started to dry out a bit. And by the time we got towards halfway, just over halfway of lap 4, the track was completely dry and my tyres were completely foobar. Now, not the worst thing. I thought, that's okay. I'll pull into the pits, quick pit stop, slap on some slicks and get back out and finish the race. Yeah, right. And the reason I don't sound particularly optimistic about that is because I'd made one of the biggest rookie errors you can make when doing this race. I had forgot to check the weather map and I just put on slick tyres. And right behind me, here comes the weather. And not just any rain, it was at times almost torrential. And now my beautiful Roadster on slick tyres that went very fast now didn't go particularly fast. In fact, it was all over the place. Not only did I pick up a penalty for that accident, but because of the damage, it was now pretty much undrivable. I couldn't accelerate, I couldn't steer. To put it bluntly, I had absolutely stuffed up, because now I'm in big trouble. And at this point, there's absolutely nothing I can do. I am getting overtaken by every car that comes near me. I can't drive in a straight line. I can't accelerate. I've got 8.5 seconds worth of penalties to get rid of yet, and I am just so slow. And even when the damage did reset, it still wasn't that easy to keep this on the road because of the slicks. And then it doesn't help when some moron pulls out in front of you and I hit the barrier again and picked up some more damage. Now, at this point, I would pretty much decided that this race was a goner. But I'm not a quitter, so I thought I'll see what I can do. My only chance now is to try and get into the pits, stick on some wet weather tyres and hopefully make a few places back and at least get some credits out of this race. So now it was major cheat mode maybe. I was cutting the odd corner, I was pushing past the AI, I was doing anything I could to try and make up some places, but even that didn't help that much because I had zero grip, and what few places I did make up, I ended up losing them almost as quickly. But eventually we got to the pits and I just decided I'm going for it. And after what seemed like the world's longest pit stop, I was back on the track with a nice set of full wet tyres, and my god, did it make a difference. Before the pit stop, I was the joker of the pack. Now I was top dog, because with those no tyres on, I was going past everything. I was going past everything very easily, and within the space of just a few corners, I was up into 4th place. And I might be able to salvage something out of this race after all. Now this was turning out to be one of the best races I'd had in ages. Last lap action, do or die, go for it. And as for the Viper, see you mate, I'm up into 3rd. And less than a minute later, and thanks to the almighty acceleration of the Roadster, I was back into 1st. I'd been down in 13th just one lap before. The old girl had really done well. She was going like a little rocket, and I was going to take this win. A win I never expected to get. And after a win like that, well, you've got to do a few donuts for the crowd, haven't you? It'd be rude not to. But the weird thing is, even after all of that, I still got the maximum amount of credits thanks to a clean race bonus. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the video, I'll go for this race twice. Well, sort of. You see, I did the race a second time, and this time I didn't stuff up. And as you can see, the Roadster is very capable of winning this race. In fact, she can win it quite convincingly with an almost 2-minute lead by the time you get to the checkered flag. So, give the race a go. Take the Roadster out, dust her off, give her a spin and earn yourself a load of credits. Now, on your way out, please remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. For more great videos like this one, follow this link. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.